This is Mrs. Luthauser's second video on Transformations Day 1. We're going to focus today on translations. The three things you need to understand before the end of this video is 1, be able to identify and explain a translation. 2, be able to perform a translation. And 3, be able to find the translation given to coordinates. You might be asking yourself, well, what is a translation? A perfect example of a translation can be seen right here on the internet. This is a website that shows you, and you can kind of mess around with it. So what a translation is looking at your X and Y, just a plain old piece of graph paper, plotting some sort of figure. In this case, it's in quadrant 1. And then what it's going to tell you to do and what you're going to have to perform is an operation that can shift your object either left, you're going to shift it up, to the right, down, diagonally. You're going to be able to shift it left and down. What a translation is sliding your object all around the axis by whatever rule they tell you to. It's really very simple, but what you're going to end up with is two completely congruent figures. Notice that I haven't changed the size at all. I haven't changed angles. I haven't changed the length of any of the sides. All I'm doing is sliding the object around. Now, if you'll take out your note sheet and follow along, I'm gonna demonstrate a couple of the translations that then we're gonna work on in class tomorrow. So, transformations today again is your translations. Transformations moves each point of a plane figure according to some rule. We got a lot of rules we're gonna have to learn over the course of this unit. We're gonna do reflections, translations, rotations, and dilations, but today we're just focusing in on translations. So, one transformation commonly used is the slide, or again, the main point of today, your translation. All we're going to do is add and subtract our values to shuffle around our X and Y. So here is our standard piece of graph paper. Object is the original. So in this case, we have a three-sided figure. All you're going to do is plot the points as always. So you're always walking before you climb or fall. So when you plot your point, you're also, of course, going to label. So that's point A. B, you're going to walk to 7, 0, label that B. And C is 3, -3. You're going to always use a straight edge, very important, right? It's a little bit harder for me on the smart board, but for you with a straight edge, it'll be really simple. So now you have your triangle. Now what you're going to have to do is follow some sort of rule. In this case, it says translate the following coordinates 5 units up. So all you're going to do is literally count 5 units up. Put your pen on A and count up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the new coordinate of A. But A is already labeled, so this one's going to be A prime. A prime just has the little dash up in the exponent place. Come over to B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Vertex B is now up here, so we're going to label that B prime. Oh, forgot to label C. And now C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to label that C prime. Connect the vertices with a straight edge. And now I just translated my triangle 5 units up. As you can see, by translating just the corners, guys, it translates everything up with it. You don't have to worry about the sides. You don't have to worry about the angles. It keeps everything the same for you. So all you're going to move are the actual coordinates, and it makes the whole shape move. So now we're going to find the coordinates of our image. So A prime is, we're not walking left or right at all. And we're climbing up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 0, 5. B prime is over here. So let's see. We start at the origin. We're going to walk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Climb up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the coordinate 7, 5. And now C prime, again, right here. Start at the origin. Walk 1, 2, 3, and up 2. Object, again, is your original. Here's your coordinates of your image. Image is what we refer to as the shape after you've performed some sort of transformation. So now let's answer the questions on the bottom of your worksheet. It says compare the x values. What happened? So let's look at the x's, guys. We go from A having an x value of 0 to A prime having an x value of 0. B is 7, B prime is 7, C is 3, and C prime is 3. So hopefully you'd be able to answer that question pretty easily. What happened to the x value? Well, the x value stayed the same. And the reason why it stayed the same is because we didn't move left or right at all. All we did was move up 5 units. Up and down refers to your y-axis, and left and right refers to your x. Maybe it's important to put a little x there to remind yourself. Now we're going to compare the y values. We've got a y value of 0 for the a, and a prime is 5. B is 0, b prime is 5. C was -3, and now it's up at +2. If we do a little scratch work, -3 plus 5, again, we went up 5, up in math is adding, we get the positives win by 2. And that's exactly what your y value was for that coordinate. So comparing your y values, what happened? They all increased by 5. And they increased by 5 because we went up the y-axis 5 units. What would be another way to tell us to move 5 units up? You're not always going to see it written out for you in words. Move 5 units, along the y-axis. That's not how we're going to do it. But if you take what we figured out right here for your answers to 1 and 2, the x value stayed the same. We did nothing to it. But we increased our y by 5. Okay, well, isn't every coordinate made up of an x and a y? Well, our translation t is going to keep x exactly the same. So we're just going to leave x, x. But then we're going to add 5 to y. This is another way, all right, this is like the math symbol way of telling you to translate 5 units up, or take whatever your original coordinate is, leave x exactly the same, and then add 5 to every y. And then again, do you notice anything about the two shapes? I need you guys to understand that they are completely congruent. All right, the shapes stay the same. They stay exactly the same. All right, your sides are still equal. Your angles are still equal. It's still a triangle. All right, the AB and A prime, B prime are still the longest side. The shape didn't change at all. It's just like copy and pasting on your computer and then shifting left, right, up, or down. And that's all there is to it. Flip it over to the back and let's try to get one more done. All right, number 2, translate the following coordinates. 2 units to the left and 1 unit up. So this is not just as simple as the front one and just telling you to shift up. All right, we're going to go 2 to the left and we're going to shift up 1. You're going to see me use the arrows a lot. I think it's really helpful and it helps organize your thoughts so you don't have to read the same thing 100 times. So you always start off by graphing your object. Again, object just means original in this case. So we're going to walk to -7 and up to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do not forget to label. B, we're going to walk to -3. 1, 2, 3. Fall to -2. There's my B. C, we're going to walk to 6. Climb to 1. C. And D is 4, 7. Now, just a warning. These get pretty messy. It's okay when you do your translation if they overlap. Like, for example, this picture is pretty big. All right, so it takes up all 4 quadrants of your graph paper. It's going to overlap, so you need to be neat, no sloppiness. So here's my translation. You can count, or you can just add it to your coordinates. So I'll show you an example of both. So first, let's mark A prime by counting. So we're going to start at A. You put your pen literally on A. You're going to go 2 units left. 1, 2, and then you're going to go 1 unit up. And you're going to label it A prime. So you're just following the directions. Start at B, put your pen on the dot. Don't start counting until the pen is on the dot. 2 units left. 1, 2, 1 unit up. B prime. Put your pen on C. 2 units, 1, 2, up 1. And D, 2 over, 1 up. Once you have all your vertices, take a ruler, very important. We can't be lazy. And you're going to connect your vertices to form the sides, which gives you the exact same shape. All right, angles are still the same. They still correspond with each other. The shape looks identical. And now all we have to do is record the coordinates. Do not forget the primes. A prime, start at the origin. We're going to go over to negative 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is negative 9, 5. Notice that we took negative 7. We subtracted 2 and got negative 9. Everybody knows that the negatives are towards the left side of that x-axis. Moving left on the x-axis means subtract. And then 4 plus 1 gave us 5, which is our y value. B prime is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we get negative 5, negative 1. C prime, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. And D prime, start at the origin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, what was I doing? I was just going to give you the coordinate for D again. All right, very easy to do that, guys. So make sure you're being very, very careful. Let's start over. Start at the origin. Again, we're going to D prime, this one here in green. 1, 2, and then up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that gives you the coordinate 2, 8. Quick check. Take your x value, 4. Subtract 2. That gave you 2. So far, so good. Take your y value, 7. Add 1 to it, and it gives you 8. Nice little check to make sure that we did it okay. Compare the x values again. All right. The x values this time, because we didn't just go up and down like the first example, we moved to the left. The x value decreased by 2 because we moved to the left. What happened to the y? The y increased by 1. All right, again, increase means add because we actually moved up 1 on the y-axis. And now again, here's with you're taking your skills and not just writing it out and saying that we're going to move not 5 units up, but what did this one tell us? 2 units left and 1 unit up. So I want you to think about how we did it when we moved our 5 units up. This time we're not doing that. This time we're going to go 2 units left, 1 unit up. So we're translating. Every single coordinate is made up of an x and a y, but in this case we're not keeping x the same. What are we going to do to it? We're going to decrease it by 2. Y is not going to stay the same either. We're going to increase it or add it by 1. So this notation is the same thing as telling you to move left 2 and up 1. That's it for your translation. All right, it's just shifting your shape. You get completely congruent shapes, guys. They just moved left, right, up, down, or a combination of them.